Yeah, because you like as you were saying there, you made your own characters. You're able to come into that sort of persona.
Yeah.
And it comes just naturally. Like even there the other day, Pete and Stephen and Ollie, Pete's brother,
legend of the handball world and the performance world.
Yeah. I was down. They were recording a skit for Instagram, and I was down. I just helped them out to hold the camera and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was just, they actually said on the spot, they're like, okay, I'm going to say this, you're going to say that. That was it. But there might be a couple of extra lines to add in.
Yeah.
And then they're like, one of them might burst out laughing. That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, you see, you got to keep those extra lines in your pocket because then, because you're trying to make the other person laugh, which is always a good sign, But yeah, you just keep doing it and get loads of takes doing it,
Yeah.
And then there'll be a lot of shite there, but I think it's half of it is half of it's not been worried that it's going to be shit.
Okay.
Because there's like loads of characters around Ireland, and even Mayo and the towns loads of characters, but sometimes if you put a camera on them or a microphone, they'll kind of freeze up.
Yeah.
But if you just say to them, you don't have to say, just say whatever you want, there's no pressure.
Yeah.
Then like it'll take them a few turns, but then they'll get into it, and then before you know it, they'll be kind of like exactly what they would be like without the camera on them.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think the main thing with the Hardy books that we were lucky at is that we were allowed to be shite, and we were shite many a time.
Okay.
And that's a great feeling because there's an awful lot of pressure now when you record something like, oh, fuck, everyone else got brilliant videos, I need to do something that's brilliant, but you don't need to. You don't necessarily have to upload it, like, but you can make loads of content and you can upload some of it, and you don't, like, it doesn't have to be that, like, I'm not saying to upload shite stuff, I'm just saying that don't sabotage yourself by never doing something.
Yeah, you kind of learn over time as well.
You do, yeah.
What you can and can't do. Like even with this.
Even with the podcast, yeah.
This is going to be what? This is going to be episode number, let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14.
And I bet you if you look back in the first one, you'd be like, fuck, I should have done that differently.
Yeah.
But now you're probably flying it.
Definitely, yeah. Well, it's just even the way I'm talking, I'm a bit nervous, and like my voice is kind of like, a bit jittery and stuff like that.
It's grand.
And then now I'm just talking like normal. If we did this 2 months ago, I'd be like fucking.
There you go, yeah. It's a skill, like
shaking and all shit like that. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, you see. It's a skill, and then sometimes, like after a few goals, you're kind of like, fuck, I might learn anything from this. But you need to keep it exciting for yourself too. So maybe you need to, with the Hardy books, maybe there was bits and pieces where like we'd sort of try to what's the word I'm looking for here now? Like try to kind of shake things up a bit, maybe reinvigorate it a bit if we were kind of getting a bit bored, because everything's a learning curve. So like even with the podcast, I'm doing one myself, and it's hard work to chat for a long time.
Yeah. You do that on Spotify or SoundCloud, do you?
It's on Patreon, but now it's going on to iTunes and all those other places. Acast. Do you put yours on Acast? Where do you put yours?
No, I go through Anchor, and that puts up to Spotify straight away.
See, I don't know much about that stuff because
it's actually it's very easy to use. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a fella, a soundskin from outside Westport that's helped me with all that stuff, moving it onto the different sites, because I kind of like more so. I like a bit of editing, and I like a bit of behind the scenes stuff, directing, like a small bit, but like my own sketches. But I like recording stuff and being in front of the camera and performing. I like performing, so it's nice that someone else, because there's a lot of stuff to learn off there with the behind the scenes kind of thing.
Yeah, the
technical stuff,
monotonous at times and stuff.
Even with the streaming stuff, my phone's going off there. Even with the streaming stuff, there's a lot of stuff to be learned off. But it's good that you can pass it off to someone else, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. We'll go to the next one.
Yeah, no worries.
Let's see what we got here.
There's another one from your brain, is it?
My brain, the leaving cert.
Oh, the Lord save us. The leaving cert, yeah.
Big uproar about it at the moment.
Why is that? Because students are getting married with the teachers.
Yeah,
it's a tricky one. I've seen a lot of students knocking around, delivering like apple cakes and cheesecakes to the teachers.
Sending teachers, you're awful sound.
You were my favourite teacher.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one because sorry, I keep kicking that table. I hope that doesn't come through the microphone.
I have a sound for I'm after banging for myself.
Alright. Alright, sure, fuck it, sure. I don't know. I don't even know if the points in the individual really matter all that much anyway.
Yeah.
But it's a tricky one because either way, the teachers are going to be in trouble, because if they mark some student well and some student not so well, you're always going to say you should have done better.
Yeah.
So the teachers can't win in the situation.
Definitely, yeah.
So it's a tricky scenario for them because they have to live in their local village or maybe see people around the local area. And you might see someone down in Tesco and they'd be like, you didn't mark my son properly.
Yeah.
And then it's, you could have something that might continue on from there, but I don't know what to, is that the only option they have?
I think that's where they're going. Yeah, there's some that I heard something about there being limited spaces to actually sit the leaving cert.
Right.
That some applied for that, but
Right,
again,
okay.
it's limited spacing. So
Yeah.
there'll be social distancing and all that sort of stuff.
See, I don't know, because the thing is, with the Hardy Bucks lads, us lads never really applied our leaving cert to anything. Like,
Okay.
it was good. I think it was good to do it, but at the same time, like, when I got my leaving cert points, my mother was like, I remember I was driving a dump truck at the time
Yeah.
between Castlebar and Westport on the railway line, and my mother called me up and she goes, I have your results here. And I said, oh, all right. She goes, do you want to know the results? And I was like, nah. And then she, I think she hung up or whatever, but I went back then to driving the dumper truck, and I was listening to J-Lo at the time.
Right.
One of her hit classics was playing on the radio. And I remember thinking, fuck it, like, if the leaving cert results are out now, and I can still be happy,
Yeah.
then fuck them.
Yeah.
So it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the
whatever
world.
points you get. Like.
Yeah.
Where did you do the leaving?
I did the St. Tractors in Tober. So I got the points that I wanted to do in the course and everything.
Yeah.
No, I didn't burst my balls.
So you think you're better than me, do you?
Yeah. I'm great. I didn't, like, as you said there, you're always going to think, geez, I could have done better.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And there's people that they ever did leave in their life and they're making money and they're happy out.
Of course, there you go, yeah. It's just about the hustle after, do you know?
The way it's going now, you need that piece of paper though.
I think so.
With a lot of stuff, you need that piece of paper. Now, you could be lucky, like I could turn around and do this and something could just blow up, you know?
Yeah, because like you don't have any papers per se for the podcast, but like this one can blow up and, you could be the next Joe Rogan.
I could be.
From this room here, and then people are like, how'd you get on leaving cert? You're like, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking billionaire.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it does matter in some jobs. Huh?
Sligo's answer to Joe Rogan.
It's in some careers it definitely does. It is important.
Yeah.
Because you need to, you need to study for some careers. Otherwise, you can't be just a doctor and winging it, going, pass me over the fucking spatula. You have to be cute, like
whatever the fuck it's called. The yolk.
The yolk with the prongs.
Yeah.
But then other jobs, like you can just get away with them because you have confidence and belief and hard work as well.
Yeah, a bit of personality, a bit of confidence. You said. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a bit of person. Well, everyone has a personality inside of them. It's just trying to get it out of them.
Get it out, is right. Yeah.
Trying to hopefully help people to express their own beautiful personality that's hidden deep in our souls from all the oppression over the years from humanity.
That'll be on a t-shirt, yeah.
Oh Christ! One big line.
Yeah.
On the back.
Someone could have a tattoo that'll know.
You have to get the merchandise going. Have you got any merch going?
I tell you, I do. That's a great plug now. I can't really show you on the phone.
Oh, you can tag it in after now.
Yeah, I put it on the screen here.
What are you selling?
No, what do you want?
Creatine. Creatine on steroids, and I want them now.
We're going for like crew necks for the jumpers.
Oh, nice.
Going through GRG. So GRG is Tom Parsons, Cian Hanley,
Tom Parsons. Oh, very good.
Yeah, three of my old boys. So they set up their own company there.
Yeah.
And getting tasks made up. Gonna start up. Gonna get an order in next week. So
brilliant.
Get the logo out there. Stuff
Tom
like
Parsons, a legend. I met his brother in New York once.
The younger brother, is it?
Younger brother, yeah. I looked at him and I was like, geez, I know that lad from somewhere. And I think I'd been out with my cousin the night before and I was kind of shook.
Right.
And I was walking around some area of New York. I don't even know how I got there. But I'd been walking around and I was like, fuck, where am I now? And you know the way you get the fear in you. And then I seen an Irish flag. I was like, oh, that'll have to do. And I went in the door then and I was like, oh fuck, thank God, it's an Irish pub.
Yeah.
And then I was looking at the bar and I was like, I must be getting the fucking some sort of shockness because I looked over and this lad, I was like, he's got curly hair. I was like, fuck, I know him somewhere. And then he was kind of looking at me and I think he kind of knew me from the Hardy Books. And then we just started chatting. We had about 2 pints together. Lovely fella. And we got married then. Vegas.
3 kids, moved out from Dublin, happy married.
Sorry about that, that was a shite anecdote, but no, fair play, that's brilliant. They all crew tops.
Going sound, yeah, a few jumpers up and sure.
And how do people get them?
Oh, you get them through, you can order them through, or no, the order will be going out by now actually.
Right, okay.
Yeah, might be able to order it through GRG, maybe a bit of
GRG.com.
shop.
I like
shop there, might go get some through that. Maybe make up a few baseball caps as well. Baseball caps are all the thing now.
Make sure I go great again.
Yeah, makes like go great again is right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, if it's good quality and it's tasty looking stuff.
Yeah, the last stuff is good quality now. There are the clubs around Sligo. That
better be.
Cool. It is. It's good stuff.
Ah, no, that's good stuff.
Good local stuff.
Sometimes I get the odd hoodie sent out to me, or like.
Oh yeah.
I suppose I shouldn't be promoting another site on here, but it's a company called Storefront sent me out a nice hoodie.
So do you want me to send you out a jumper? Is this where it goes?
This is my long-winded way of getting a jumper.
I'll make sure now instead of 4XL or 2XS or
No, give me M for muscular. No, but I will take one off you if you have it.
Sure, that works or not.
You're on the line now. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to give me one.
It's a good thing I can edit this. So. Here, we'll go with another one.
Sports.
Sports. Now, Pete told me that you have to tell a story of a time you kicked a ball at a manager's face when you were young.
Oh yeah, that's right. I told that story recently too. I was playing, Swinford were playing some team, it was in school. And you know Martin Kearney?
Mm-hmm.
He does the commentary.
He's teaching.
Yeah, he used to be like an honours match teacher there in school. So he was one of the coaches, and there was another lad, I won't say his name, but I was on the sideline, just playing ball with someone else, and it was really cold, and I was just tapping the ball back and forth to him.
Yeah.
And then I whacked the ball up in the air, and whatever way the ball came down, it clipped the manager's ear, kind of hit him fairly hard.
Yeah.
And he just went down his honkers, and he kind of went like this, oh God. And he was like just in his hands, and everyone's kind of like, oh, what's going on? Even the players were looking over, going, what's going on? And you could see kind of like tears falling down his cheeks. And then Martin Kearney's like, what's wrong? What's going on here? What's going on? And the other manager goes, he kicked the ball at me. And I go, I didn't mean it. He goes, you did. You meant to do it. And he started crying.
And you what? 15, 16 years of age at the time?
I was only about 15 or 16. And it was only like a soft out kick all the same as well. But ever since then he wouldn't wave at me in town. Do you know, he
don't give you just the one finger.
No, he wouldn't give me the one finger, you know, that's all I wanted was the one finger. And sometimes you'd sit beside him at mass and he wouldn't even shake the hand, you know. But these things happen on the Gaelic field. But that was part of the story. I've also played a bit of football with French Toast over the years.
Yeah.
We played centre midfield together for
You said you were going to say that.
Yeah. Well, did you see
it? Yeah,
we did, yeah. It was only for about 6 months, but like we thought we were the fucking bee's knees. We thought we were like the crazy gang of Wimbledon. But like French Toast, we'd take it in turns. He'd do the tackling, right. And I do the class passing. Yeah, you're like the O'Shea's from Brafey. You kind of like have that telepathy. Exactly, yeah. We had that sort of kinetic energy that nobody could read, but the problem was it was only me and him that had kinetic energy, and we ended up losing most of the games, I think. But yeah, I actually love playing football with Pete because he was a good man to look over at. He looks cosy, you know. Yeah. You'd see me like, everything's going to be fine, even if we're getting beaten 5-0. Exactly, yeah. So played plenty of sports with him over the years, a bit of handball as well. He said you were handy at soccer. Wasn't too bad. I had a couple of nice touches here and there, and like over the years there was one or two nice curlers I took. Came off and stuff. Yeah, but one time, like I never really scored goals. I was fairly decent at tackling at times, but there was one game, I think it was against Manula, and I scored the goal, and I actually celebrated, like it hit it with the outside of my boot there, and it curled into the bottom corner, and I was like, yeah, and I went fucking mental into the corner. Yeah. And then I was like, I think I've gone too far here, and like I looked around me, the boys were just going back to their half. So I was like, just going, yeah, come on. And then I was like, fuck, I'm never going to go front again because that was just too much, you know? Yeah. So it was kind of bittersweet to score that goal against Nola in 1998. So you had the soccer at the Gaelic, you're big into the UFC as well? Big into the UFC, yeah. Do not know why they never signed me. I like watching men in cages. Right. And the fighting helps too. And I suppose I like that since there's a lad called Fedor Emelianenko from Russia. Okay. I don't know if you heard of him, but no. Back before UFC, there was a thing called Pride, and it was Japanese, and they used to do brilliant entrances and brilliant fights, and like they were crazy. Right. They were just crazy. The dances coming into the fights were crazy. There was fireworks. It was a lot rougher. Like there was less rules. Okay. And there was pure carnage. And if you want to look at a good fight, it's probably better than any UFC fight you'd ever see. Yeah. Type in Fedor versus Krokop. That's the fucking. Oh, I used to watch it all the time. And the hair in the back of my neck stand up, and I'm like, because there'd be no laptop, and then so you'd be in an internet cafe. You'd be like, come on, and then you'd leave the internet cafe all jacked, and you'd sign up for an MMA club, and then you wouldn't end up going. But Fedor Emelianenko versus Krokop, I used to watch their fights all the time, and then got into it through that. But I only did a small bit of rolling in the jiu-jitsu, but I did a lot of kickboxing with the boo over the years. Okay. And all the sports that we did were just more so to keep the fitness going and keep the mind kind of steady. Yeah. Because I think if you don't do any type of fitness at all, your mind can get a bit shaky, you know. Yeah, 100%. So myself and the boo, we used to go to kickboxing in West Side and Galway. Okay. And we'd go out there like, and there'd be times where we'd be super fit. Right. And he'd have the pads, and I'd be going, and and everyone in the club would be kind of looking over going, who are these fucking randomers sweating buckets in the corner? And then like the other days where we'd go stupidly, we'd be hungover, and then we'd just like, oh fuck, my leg is gone, and people would be like, come on lads, come on. Or you might be sparring some lad and you'd be getting the shit kicked into you.
Yeah.
So there was always a bit of dabbling with all sorts of sports and stuff like that. But the next one I want to get into is I want to start doing skydiving.
Right.
Off cliffs and stuff like that. Do you know, with the star suits?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I want to start doing that just randomly, like, you know.
Yeah.
Just
I've always wanted to do a skydive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a bungee jump before the Hardy Bucks, myself, the Boo, and Eddie Durkin. One of our first gigs ever. It was in, I think it was UCD or something like that.
Right.
And they were like, will you do a gig? And we're like, we were shitting ourselves. Eddie Durkin was the only one that was looking forward to it because for some reason he seems to like the gigs. But we were really nervous, myself and the Boo. But right before the gig, they were like, we're in the bar, so we're like, fuck, we'll get a whiskey. So we got a whiskey into us, skull that, and then they said, do you want to do a bungee jump? And we're like, yeah, go on. So we did the bungee jump. Then we did the gig, and then we just got out of there and we're like, fuck, we nearly had a heart attack after because our hearts were like,
yeah. Well, like bungee jump, like, is it off
a crane or like a cherry picker or something like that? It was a crane actually. Cherry picker, you fucked. Fucking at the ground's very handy. But it was a crane, yeah.
Jeez, we wild.
Was wild.
Is it just pure rush, like?
Oh, the rush was mental. But like a lot of those gigs that we did over the years were just mental anyway. So that was on the beginning of the whole pie, you know. But what was I didn't answer the question there, did I?
Oh yeah, we're just on sports, yeah. So like at the moment, are you doing any sports? Are you doing a bit of running or?
Doing a lot of running, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of running.
On road.
On the road, but
don't like running on road.
Me neither. And I was trying to work it up to a marathon, but I get a bit of pain in me neither.
Okay.
So I can only do 5 or 6 kilometers, and then I have to sort of like pull in a small bit. But any tips?
Any tips? A good pair of shoes for road running, anyways, you know.
Yeah.
Because I don't have them. I don't have a good pair myself. Hear your feet and your knees and your.
Yeah, I wear Crocs when I'm running. Pair of Crocs. No, but I'm going to start running
jean shorts.
Leather shorts, yeah.
You did the run with the lads, the 3 bucks.
That's right, yeah. They were running from Dublin to Mayo, and I joined in a bit of the way.
Yeah.
But sure, it was their thing, like, so I didn't want to be like, you know, I didn't want to be doing the whole run because it was their thing, you know. So I just did a few kilometers along the way, but so did Pete's brother, well, Danny.
Yeah.
He was along the way.
Steve's uncle as well.
That's right, yeah, Martin Huygen, yeah.
Martin, yeah, I met him there.
Yeah. Well, did he do the podcast with you?
No, we were actually, they were recording that skit down the bog and he was bringing his own turf, so.
Oh, okay.
He was down, met him the other day, yeah.
Oh, very good.
So, man.
Did he give you a bag turf?
No.
No?
No. Didn't get that.
But, what was I going to say to you? I don't know what I was talking about.
The run, was it?
Oh, the running, yeah. The running's good crack, but just have to do any kind of exercise, but I'm going to try and do a marathon this year.
Okay.
But I got to work up my knee a small bit because it's be awful, like it kind of feels like it's going to give, you know.
Yeah.
But
and if you have any problems in that department, our video sponsor Adaptive Leg Performance and Therapy will sort you out. Back open now.
Really?
Yeah.
Leg performance therapy.
Athletic performance therapy.
Oh. And what's their story?
They do leg performance as well, like.
Right. Yeah. What's their story? Where are they based out of?
Based in Touristran.
Right. Talk to me about them boys. Will they look after me knee?
Oh, I will, yeah.
Will they?
Yeah.
I might call into them now.
Yeah, I'll give you the number.
I'll see you soon, boys.
Yeah. That's the logo there, you see it there on the tripod.
Oh, yeah.
That's the logo there, yeah.
And how do you know them lads?
But, he's from Touristran, just.
Alright.
He plays football with us, so.
So he's been looking after sports fellas, does he?
Yeah. Across my own that he's working with Lochmore the last few years now and bits of Charlestown and school and tennis tractors and stuff, so.
What's the most common injury now that boys are getting? The ACL, is it?
Like the ACL has come on, yeah, there's a lot of talk of that, isn't there?
There is a lot of talk, yeah. I noticed a lot of, even in the Michael Jordan documentary they kept on about the ACL, it seemed, and a few other documentaries about basketball they were on about it.
But I'd say if you went back 50 years, people were doing it, they just didn't know.
Maybe they didn't know, yeah, but also probably there's more, probably more intense the training now.
Yeah.
Probably heavier athletes maybe, I don't know, I couldn't tell you, but it seems to be very common now.
Yeah, I'd say at the very moment that there's probably a lot of like light tissue sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I think I read something somewhere where the Bundesliga going back, they were the first league to go back.
Yeah.
and there was a lot of like tissue damage and stuff because they just went from not training and then like a small bit of training straight into a game like.
That's the thing, you got to stretch
strains, grinds and hamstrings and stuff, and
no
matter how much you stretch it, will go a bit on you.
I went for a run there the other day, and normally if I get to 7 kilometres I'm very happy, but I did a bit of stretching before and I felt great.
Yeah.
Didn't really feel the pinch too much. But it's nice to have a bit of music with you as well.
Exactly.
The ACDC for the bypass.
Yeah. Or a podcast.
Oh yeah. But the thing is, if it's someone talking absolute shite, it's hard to get motivated, if you listen to fucking Joe Rogan and Eddie Bravo talking about flat earth.
The two Johnnies have a very good podcast.
Yeah, very good. Very tightly put together as well.
Very enjoyable,
Yeah,
get some good guests on as well.
Yeah, they do indeed, yeah. I haven't seen one in a while now though. Whether or not it hasn't popped up on my feed, or else I suppose it's probably there's so much on there.
There's a lot of podcasts now, and I'm jumping on the bandwagon myself, but there's a lot of podcasts going on.
No harm in doing it, because it's nice, like me and you probably wouldn't have talked, unless we met in a pub or on the street somewhere, but it's nice.
Exactly, not for this long anyways,
Exactly, it's a good excuse to sit down and not be on our phones for like an hour and a half.
Here, I've got 2 topics. You see, we've kind of covered one of them. We've got the pub and the future of comedy. I'll just kind of shortly go through them. The future of comedy, it's actually one that affects you directly because we were only talking about before we came on camera, censorship, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think, is there any part of your, let's say your stand-up and stuff and your Instagram videos, Facebook videos, do you think you have to change any of that or kind of watch your back on it? Or
I think it's definitely makes you more aware of what stuff you're saying, but then I think the thing with comedy is it's sort of like spontaneous is the best kind of comedy, and even if you have to say something and then you write it down and then you re-say it, the initial joke was spontaneous, so that's kind of where I think the comedy comes from. But sometimes with like Instagram, if you're like second guessing yourself, you end up filtering yourself, and then that's not the real you.
Yeah.
And I think social media is a great one for that, and we're all guilty of it. That like you'll do a video loads and loads of times. You're like, fuck, I'll put that one in.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, sometimes over filtering stuff. Sometimes the most natural stuff, the stuff where maybe the camera falls or something falls off the table. Sometimes that's the best stuff. Yeah, off the cuff. Exactly. Yeah. Or like you meet a lad down the pub and he's telling a story and there's nothing around. They're the best stories, So like sometimes it has to be the rough and ready stuff. But comedy, is it getting a bit more? I don't know.
I don't think it'll have to change. I mean, like the more, let's say the controversial ones, the fellas that they could talk about anything. Let's say Frankie Boyle now.
Yeah.
Like.
Sometimes I look at his stuff though, and I think I don't even know if it's that controversial. It just sounds like it's controversial.
Yeah, it's the way he puts it, and he kind of he jokes about things that people would joke about, but they wouldn't joke about them on camera.
Yeah, I suppose there's a way to do it too,
Yeah, there's the time he got, Jimmery got done for treason.
Right.
He made a joke about the Queen that he shouldn't have made.
What did he say?
I won't say it on camera. I'll tell you after. I'll whisper to you.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. It's hard to know though. Like, if he said a joke about the Queen, like, what's the Queen going to do? Like, like she's happy enough in her own palace. Like, she lives in a palace with gold all around her.
Yeah.
I don't really think she cares about the jokes, So
no, I don't think she watches Mock the Week. Or
maybe
Live
not.
at the Apollo.
Huh?
I don't think she watches Live at the Apollo, to be honest.
Probably would know. Apparently, Prince William was watching it. I think.
He likes watching the Hardy Books.
Imagine. I can only imagine the Queen watching the Hardy Books. What is this? What is this show about these fucking idiots talking shite? I'd fucking watch it. But imagine if you got the Queen. Does the Queen have Twitter?
I don't know. It could be like a no context Queen.
Yeah.
That no context Eamon Dunphy. That's great.
I love those pages. They're brilliant. Just the random ones that pop up now and again. But I was just talking to Eddie Durkin before I got here, and he was saying that Twitter. He said he's going to get off it because he said it's kind of like it's septic enough.
Yeah. I'm only honest.
Social media can be.
Yeah, I'm only on it a while. I'm only on it since maybe January.
Yeah.
So I went on it. I actually got a bit of a gig with RT for the election.
Oh, brilliant.
Doing stuff in the town centre, running a Twitter account, and it was only from that I got on Twitter. So I'm only new to it, and then I'm hearing things like, people are like, oh, Twitter's changing. I'm like, no, keep it the way it was.
I got you.
I heard it was good before I went on.
Yeah. Well, it has its purpose, I suppose, but sometimes it's like anything. The more you're on it, the more maybe negative it can have an effect.
Yeah.
Thank God I actually got banned off Twitter.
Go away.
But it was just like I was talking to Khabib was fighting McGregor that time, and it was Khabib's manager Abib something was talking away, and I was commenting back, but I was doing it obviously in character. I was on about me and you are going to go fighting very soon, and I'll see you very soon, mate. Just threats that I'd meet him around Mayo.
I think I saw that.
Something like that, yeah. And then one of his fans said, I'm going to get you banned on Twitter. And I said, oh yeah? Fucking prove it. And the next day then I tried to log in and I was like, you are now banned from Twitter. You're under review, and then since then it's been left. And then, like, I would talk to Eddie Durkin the odd few times here and there, because he's in Sweden, he's got his own family. But I try to talk to him as much as I can, but, well, not as much as I can, but like, we're all busy with their own stuff. But sometimes he'll like say to me like, yeah, Twitter's fucking shocking bad. Yeah. It's very negative, so I suppose the same with anything, TikTok or Facebook. If you're on there too much, it's kind of like the theft. You know, you're robbing yourself of your joy, because you're like, this person's doing this, I'm not doing this, or this person's having a bad time, let me look into their life. Yeah. Do you know, it's kind of, you're very judgmental on there. Yeah, you go on the phone, and like, I'm bad for it myself. You go on the phone, and it might be in the morning, you check Snapchat, and out of that, check Instagram, out of that, check Twitter, out of that, watch 5 minutes of TikTok, out of that. Now I got rid of Facebook. Yeah. Because I'm done with Facebook now, I don't enjoy it anymore. Yeah. Because there's that many things that you liked. You might have liked it 5 years ago. It could be. It served its purpose like 5 years ago. It could be like a meme page for you know, love hate or something like that. And then you're watching now, you're like, I don't really want to see this stuff. You know. Yeah, exactly. So, and you do that. Yeah, you do the scrolling around these different websites, and I'm a devil for it before I sleep and when I wake up first thing. So what I try to do now is put the phone in the attic. And YouTube, I could be there. You could be on YouTube, and I could be lying in bed and watching between Hardy Bucks, Republic telly skits, unbelievable stuff like that. You could be there for hours. And you know what? I used to think that because life is so busy, you need to be doing loads of shit all the time. But if you're watching 3 things in one go, or even if you're reading a Wikipedia article and you're watching something, you're probably not even going to understand like the details of what's going on. Like, so you're just as well to. It's hard to do it, like, but I always try to be at least aware of it. Yeah. And if I'm watching a video, of like, just watch this video, and then you end up learning more from that one video, even if it's just Tyson Fury shouts at a cameraman. Yeah. At least like you're kind of a bit more into it, because the problem is we're so fucking jumpy all over the place. You know? Exactly. But we're good people, you know. Yeah, we're all good guys. We want the world to be a better place. Exactly. I'd say we'll wrap it up there, won't we? We can't do that. Jeez, shite. We're good. No, that one's off. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Thanks very much for everybody for listening, anyways, and I hope they enjoyed it. And any parting message? Parting message would be stay away from himself. Gandhi, the man that spent his time in London and was on the dole. And apparently, there's another fact about Gandhi that you won't hear. He used to put that thing up his arse every morning to make his bowel movements better. Yeah. But he also said, be the change you want to see in the world. And sure, I suppose we all should look at ourselves and see what we want to fix. Yeah. Instead of looking outside and trying to fix other people by telling them your opinion, you know. So I would say listen to Gandhi on that, but you don't need to bother with the thing up your arse. Yeah. There's no harm in having good bowel movements. Yeah. You know? We'll go with that. Alright. Thanks for coming on. No worries, I was going to shoot Gandhi again, but thanks for having me on, much appreciated. Spot on. Good to go.